Good evening, Westwood, and welcome to the Canton Ice House, Westwood Media Center coverage of your Westwood Girls Hockey. We got a terrific non-league game tonight, 9-3. King Philip taking on your 12-0-1 Westwood Wolverines. Wolverines, number one team in Division II for the MIAA Power Rankings. Joined, as always, by my partner in crime, Evan Cardamino. Folks, we are delighted for this game. This is a big-time game, top 15 team in D2. Westwood certainly solidifying themselves as the top team in D2 when it comes to the power rankings. The Globe, the Herald, you know, they've shown Westwood needs a couple more games. They got Duxbury still ahead of them. Matchup like this is where you solidify yourself as a top team in the state, not just Division II. But we're going to see a lot of great things today where we've seen plenty goals. But Evan, one thing I wanted to mention was Naomi Sherman in net. Been terrific. She's been in there in the absence of Jen Lynn, but also the defense. The defense have been absolutely spectacular. In 13 games, they have 7 shutouts. Are you kidding me? So every other game, on average, is a shutout, actually more. And the fact that, you know, it all starts with the leadership. You have captain, Ava Themistocles. You got leaders, Fallon Campbell, Justine Connolly. You know, on a young team, you have the 2 juniors, Themistocles being the senior, that have set this tone and set an amazing example on the defensive end that has made it so difficult for teams to get into Westwood territory, get good opportunities and shots on net. And then when you look at the forwards, Kate Sullivan having the best year of her career, her senior year, which has been already historic career here in Westwood. She's already at 100 points before she started her senior year. She is absolutely making her teammates better players as well. When you look at her line mates, Ash, also Presley, they're having fantastic years. They're all working so well with each other. The depth, too. You look at the other contributing players as well. On the other lines, Marino, Gannon, Hughes, Lewis, Hicks. So many to name. I've never seen a team in the last several years that has this much depth, this much talent. And, you know, we've seen 13 games so far of this since the first game we did versus Medfield.
I mean, you mentioned it before we even started recording, Morgan, that it's that next man up mentality for Westwood. A big shout out to Naomi Sherman stepping up for an injured Jennifer Lynn. Naomi Sherman's an 8th grader. And that's a lot of pressure for a team that's 12-0-1 in this season and is currently ranked number 1 by the MIAA in Division II. But they're calm, cool, and collected. You wouldn't believe that Naomi Sherman's an 8th grader with the way she's played, and she's held for Westwood. And we've had shutout after shutout this season. And even we had a game that we covered where Marino was in goal. Yeah. A non-goaltender filling in, an emergency third goaltender. So for Westwood, it's that next man out mentality, that next, can I step up for a team? And it starts with leadership. Coach Hilberg has done an excellent job this season, and with the captains, Ava, Kate, and Hayden, who we had a chance to talk to on the podcast earlier this year, they've instilled this culture, and that is why Westwood has the Globe and the Herald coming to their games game in and game out.
Absolutely. We have the Herald at the game today for this special game, and you know, this is what it's all about. We are now almost in February. This is where the games matter when it comes to hockey. Playoffs are on the doorstep. This is where you really solidify yourself as where you rank in the MIA power rankings. Those power rankings are essentially the seeding, you know, and there's a couple changes here and there, but that's typically if, you know, teams haven't updated their schedule in Arbiter and whatnot. But this is where, if the playoffs were to start today, this is where the power rankings would be. But we're going to send it down to Bill Siebert, the voice of the Wolverines, kick off the pregame ceremonies and festivities.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Canton Ice House for tonight's non-league matchup between the King Philip Warriors of the Hard Rock League and your Westwood Wolverines. Here are tonight's starting lineups for King Philip at left wing, Starting in defense, number 11, sophomore Katie Brady. And number 18, 8th grader Emma Richard. And starting in goal for the Warriors, number 34, junior captain Kiki Lynch. And please welcome the remaining members of the Warriors. And now, the starting lineup for your Westwood Wolverines. And left wing number 16, freshman Maggie L. At center number 22, senior captain Katie Sullivan. At right wing number 23, freshman Abby Presley. Starting in defense, number 4, 8th grader Liz Levering. And number 5, junior Fallon Campbell. And starting in goal for the Wolverines, number 30, 8th grader Naomi Sherman. And please welcome the remaining members of the Wolverines. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you all to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Bill Siebert doing what Bill Siebert does, getting the crowd fired up.
The voice of Westwood, he never fails to get you energized for a game.
You can tell this is definitely a little bit more than just your regular game here at the Ice House. This is the last home game for the Wolverines. They do have another game here next week, but they will be on the road, technically, versus Medfield. But this is the last home game on the schedule. The last home games do matter. Like, even if you're when it for small things, you get the last change. So you get to send out your players after the other team has sent their players out for matchups purposes. You're able to, you have the game day staff. You have Bill Siebert. You can handle the music. Westwood's got its own locker room. So to have all those things mixed into having the home ice advantage, those are all contributing factors to feeling at home.
It's definitely going to be interesting next week when we cover the Medfield game live, because it'll be different for Westwood. It's their home rink, but it's not for that game.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, the last change in the locker room. I don't know if the locker room necessarily
different
switches.
Bench.
But different bench. It's just a little different, even though it's your home ice, and you still have, in a weird way, that home rink advantage. It'll be interesting to see.
They will be in the same locker room, so that's a positive. What a setup Westwood has here, to have your own locker room here, where you can store your stuff. It's the best. And we are underway here at the Ice House. King Philip with the win right off the draw. They're going to send it in deep. Puck gets in behind Sherman. Played by Campbell. Campbell finds Ash. Sorry,
all good. No, so one of the things we didn't talk about in the pregame that I think is worth mentioning is this is a good team in King Philip. This is 9-3 coming into this game.
15 seed right now in D2.
They're a good team. This is
Campbell.
A good challenge early on for the Wolverines to see how they might fare up when it comes time for when you have opponents playing like that in playoff hockey.
Big time.
I think you mentioned it before, and I'll say it again. This is a great way to get ready for playoff hockey.
Yes. This is where you want to be playing your best hockey going in the playoffs. You want to have that confidence that your team is dialed in, your goaltending and your defense on the back end are really, are got that figured out too. One of the most important factors that comes playoffs is hot goaltender. Shot on net goes just wide by Themistocles. But this is where you want to get that momentum, that confidence, that unshakable confidence. When you rifle off 5, 6 wins going into the playoffs, this is the time you need to do it. Good stick there by the Wolverines. Carolyn gets a stick in the lane. Puck ends up far side on the boards. Going to end up back on the stick of Carolyn. She finds Lewis up near side. Lewis going to work it out of the Westwood zone, sends it up far side to Gannon. Gannon got a couple players on her. Puck knocked loose off her stick. King Philip going to go 2-on-2. Westwood with some great back checking, coming back in the play. Shot on net, turned away by Sherman. So both teams getting their feet moving here early. And both teams clearly excited for the opportunity they have here. Matchup of two top teams, two very talented teams in Division II MIA hockey. Puck far side, Cox just trying to get it into King Philip's zone, but King Philip able to turn that over, and they're going the other way. Puck behind the net, works in front of the net and deflected into the far side corner. Gonna work it up top. Sent back down low. Westwood able to get a stick on that one and sent out of the middle of the ice by Marino. And Westwood's gonna try the near side. Nice clean pass there. Gets on the stick of Hayden Cox. Marino gonna work it in. She finds Avery Hughes. Avery Hughes looking to shoot, but that puck gets blocked, and we have the net off the mooring, which is gonna get a whistle. So Westwood right off the bat rolling their 3 lines. We've seen all season. Some good line changes and some good tempo to start this game.
I mean, we've mentioned it all season. That's been a big key for Westwood, getting the lines rolling, but also keeping your starters fresh. And
yeah,
a lot of the games we've seen, they've been late games where Westwood's been able to put away a match, and because they're a little more fresh than their opponents, and that's key for them going into the playoffs here and their last home game this season.
Through, goes off the side of the net. Westwood comes away with it. A pass by Presley out to Sullivan. Sullivan and Ash. Ash on the outside. Sullivan streaking up the middle. Puck gets just through. Stick gets knocked out of Sullivan's hands. King Philip's got the puck going the other way. They're going to try and send it off the far side boards. Off to the outside. The shot on net turned away by Sherman. Ends up in the corner after Liz Levering able to knock that puck away. And the puck on the near side. King Philip going to work the neutral zone breakout. And a nice pass, just missed on that connection to 17, Ella Morgan. D-to-D, Westwood goes on their breakout, and a terrific pass, but just hopped over the stick of Lewis. Looks like it's gonna be an icing, and it is. So the icing will bring that face-off back into Wolverine territory. It was a beautiful pass, just had a hop over it. Sometimes already, you can see early on, partially because of warm-ups too. The ice is a little chopped up already, so there's some extra snow.
Right. I mean, also when talking about the ice here, we started this game a little late. It was a 7 o'clock start. We started around 7:15ish, give or take.
Yep.
And the ice was, the Zamboni was on the ice right after the Canton Medfield game that just happened previously. So this ice has been sitting. It's going to be a little different when we come into the second period here, when it's a more freshly Zambonied ice.
Hicks with a great stick and going the other way, 2-on-1. She's trying to center it over with the backhand. That just got knocked loose. Kept in by Westwood. Send it down low to Gannon. Gannon battling off a couple Warrior players, and she's able to keep it down low while Westwood completes the change. King Philip looking to break it out themselves. Molly Murphy chasing after it, but 2 Wolverine players closed that down. Ash, she was looking for Sullivan there. A little miscommunication on the pass, but right back into the battle in the neutral zone, wins that. Puck on the stick of Presley, finds Sullivan, who makes a nice toe drag move, but that gets knocked off her stick. Goes in the far corner. Gonna send the puck behind the net towards the other side. King Philip gonna have a clean breakout. They got some numbers, but puck was knocked off the Warrior player's stick, and Westwood able to keep that in front of them. Presley gets the puck. Sullivan and Ash, 2-on-1. Pass over to Ash. Shot turned away. Great save there by Kiki Lynch. That was probably the best opportunity so far. On a shot by Ash, turned away by Lynch. Lynch, a junior. Levering with the shot. Save by Lynch. 2 opportunities in the last minute or so. And we got a whistle. We're going to have a whistle here for a penalty. So Levering was tripped there, and Westwood's going to get their first power play of the game.
Big power play here for the Wolverines. One thing I want to mention about King Philip that I've noticed about their play that's, I think, good early on is Westwood capitalizes a lot off of those bounce shots when the goalkeeper bounces the puck off and it gets loose. Westwood's great at capitalizing.
Those rebounds,
Those rebounds.
Crash the net and just getting those, you know what they say, they don't ask how, they ask how many. It could be a greasy, ugly goal.
Right.
If it goes in the net, that's all that matters.
And King Philip's really limiting those rebounds for Westwood, which is getting good turnovers for them. So that's going to be key for King Philip here going forward.
Lewis. Oh, she had a great move, worked it in. Puck got knocked loose. King Philip tried to clear. Westwood kept that in. They got a shot on net. She turned that away. Lewis with their head up. Finds Levering with the shot and saved by Lynch. Great look, great shot, great save. That was 8th grader to 8th grader and then saved by a junior. It just shows you the game of hockey right now. So much talent, and you got seniors and 8th graders all on the same ice, and they're all contributing in these games. Puck won by Westwood. Sullivan looking to get a puck through. That gets deflected. Marino was chasing that one down, and puck goes the other side, and that's going to get outside Westwood zone. That's being chased down by Justine Connolly. Nice escape move, able to find Ash. Ash finds a streaking Sullivan. She's going to take it outside herself on the backhand. Backhanded shot turned away by Lynch. Lynch very active early here in the first period with some terrific saves. King Philip going to send that one on deep. They're going to change out their penalty killers. Ash collects it. She's got some speed. Makes a move, but great defensive play there by the penalty killer, number 9. I believe number 8. That was Curran for King Philip. And King Philip's going to ice it. So 40 seconds left here on the power play for Westwood. Levering going to collect the puck. She's got some speed. She's got some space ahead of her. She's going to take it. She's looking towards the net, working outside. Shot just wide. That is something that we've seen in her game. She's gained so much confidence, and an opportunity for Westwood. Shot turned away. That was a Lewis shot, and another save by Lynch. Westwood buzzing right now. Puck on the ground. Shot. Save. They have it on their stick again. That was Hicks able to work it down low. 2 seconds left on the power play. Hicks working towards the net. That gets kicked by King Philip. They're going to ice it. This should be an ice after the expiration of the penalty it is, which is going to bring the face-off back down. But my goodness, Westwood with 4 or 5 quality shots, all turned away by Lynch, who's been terrific so far here in the first period.
What a big penalty kill for King Philip. I mean, they do a great job of when they send it down there. They're not sending it down in the other zone with too much force. It's not shooting down there. It's taking its leisurely time getting down to that zone.
Those will take another 5-7 seconds off. When you have a nice gentle send down the far side of the ice, you have to go all the way down. You send it hard, it's going to wrap its way around, and it's going to come to you. You got to, when you send the right kind of icing, you got to go to where that puck is. So 7 minutes left here in the first period. We are scoreless at the Canton Ice House. Evan Cartamino on camera, Morgan Donahue on microphone. Wolverines looking to break it into King Philip's zone. Marino sends it behind the net. Chased down by Avery Hughes. They're going to send it off the far side. King Philip able to chip it out. Westwood going to look to regroup, send it back in. Cox is trying to get by number 13, Cam O'Shea. O'Shea did a good job getting in front of that puck. She advanced it into Westwood's territory. Westwood able to chip it up. Now on the stick of Marino, who's able to break it out herself. Gets the red, and she puts it deep. Wolverines making a change. Her forward's going to change out the D. Her far side. Shot on net. Save. Second shot. Score! That looked like it was Maggie Ash on the doorstep off a shot from Kiara Chevry. Just exactly what you were saying, Evan. The anticipation by the Wolverine players going to the net. And you know what? The defense that getting pucks through, getting pucks not only to the net, but where the goalie has to make a save. Ash there on the doorstep to bury it.
Westwood does a great job of being in the right place at the right time, and that's where they capitalize the most. We see it time and time and again, and Maggie Ash in the right spot at the right time to get that rebound. Like we said earlier, that's going to be key for Westwood and key for King Philip, too. They got to be able to stop that rebound, and they've done a great job so far. But when you have an opportunity like that with with Maggie Ash wide open, it's hard.
Shot on net, saved and covered by Sherman. The thing too, Evan, is it doesn't have to be a hard shot. If you're putting a shot on net, it's going to elicit some, not every save is going to be a glove save where it's covered up, you get a whistle. Most of these you're going to have to force a rebound. And you know what, if you don't have a defense that are keeping an eye on that puck, but also hands on stick, that's Westwood's been doing it all year. So hard to defend.
I mean, yeah, and it's hard. I'll wait for Bill Siebert.
Chevry on the assist, Maggie Ash on the goal. And that's what you want to see if you're Coach Hilberg. Those are the goals you want to see. You want to see the hard-fought goals, pucks to the net, burying rebounds. And you want to have a nose for the net. You want to anticipate that shot, not be afraid of contact. You might see some contact, if you're near the goalie, but getting there, making it difficult to either see or defend on that rebound. That was another shot. Great shot from the point there by Campbell. That was gloved by Lynch.
And, the other thing for that Maggie Ash goal, too, that came from the right side if we're facing the goalie, and then it goes on the other side to your left side. And that's hard for a goalie to go from one side of the goal to the other that quickly. So it's a hard thing to make defend, and that's why those rebounds are so crucial. You have to force the goalie at their weak point, and that's what Maggie Ash did there so well.
Big time. The Marino line out there. Got Cox and Hughes. Cox battling for it on the far side. King Philip able to chip that out into center ice. Played by Chevry, able to keep that puck in front. Westwood sends it back in. Right back to the forecheck they go. Little change of direction. King Philip going to try and send it up the near side. Works way up to Chevry, who's able to send it back down low to Cox. The one-on-one battles, too, Evan, we've talked about, are so crucial. Oh, Marino sends that through the crease. No one there. And that puck ends up outside the zone. Westwood doing a great job on the D-to-D.
I think both teams have also gotten some good mismatches, too. We've seen 2-on-1 down here a couple times with King Philip with one defender.
Yes.
And then vice versa. I mean, Westwood's also doing a good job. We had one play earlier where it was a 2-on-1, but Westwood had the mismatch and the defensively. And
relentless.
Just making sure you're not letting anything get away from you, and you're trying to get that fast break. It's crucial.
Great pass to Sullivan. She was in the center, a shot, and a big save there. That was a terrific save. But the relentless skating abilities of the Wolverines to really get sticks in lanes, get those turnovers, not quit on plays. They're able to make these great defensive plays that turn into great offense. And a lot of them starts in the breakout in the defensive zone. So it's interesting. We've seen Ash starting to take faceoffs in the right circle. Shot, saved by Lynch. That was from Levering, who was on the right side, which is interesting because Levering a left shot, typically you'll see her on the left, but what you'll see, because she's on that side, the one-timer's available. So they want to see more offense when you have a lefty shot on the right side who's going to get one-timers, hard shots. Hard for the goalie to go across when you have a lefty shot on the right. Pass and a shot saved by Lynch. What a pass behind the net. I believe that was from Presley on the stick of Sullivan, but Lynch turns it away. Sullivan in the neutral zone. She's working it outside, has some speed, keeps the puck in front of her. Sends it over to Presley, saved by Lynch. Another shot and a goal by Presley. Abby Presley followed the initial shot, got the rebound, and buried it for the Wolverines' second goal.
It's those rebounds, Morgan. Westwood can do that all night. That's what you're looking for if you're Westwood, the rebounds and the opportunities. And once again,
so hungry on those rebounds.
That's their strength, and that's what they do best.
It's, it's one thing to have talent. It's another thing to have just that relentless forecheck, that relentless no quit to chase after those loose pucks and to, you know what, win those battles.
And the
first one got saved. You know what? Going after that second one, bury it.
And it's high IQ hockey, too.
Yes.
Knowing where you need to be at the right time and what you need to do to get the right opportunity set up for your team. And Coach Hilberg does a great job of teaching these kids how to play. And Westwood's getting their opportunities.
Another shot from the outside. Hicks with a shot just high. That was a great opportunity by Chevry. Worked it up. She had a nice pass to the outside. Shot gets deflected. It's loose. And then covered by Lynch. Wolverines are buzzing right now. So Sullivan got the assist on the Presley goal. Put the Wolverines up 2-0. We have 2 minutes, 59 seconds left here in the first period.
So as we get close here to the end of the first period, Morgan, my question, and we'll go back to your coaching experience. I've asked you this a couple times. If you're King Philip's coach, what are you looking for going into the first intermission? And what are you telling the kids just to kind of get them to, settle down and get this back into within their control?
Well, at first I'd say let's get out of the period with no other goals, right? That's a win. Two goals is nothing. You get the next goal, you cut that in half, you're within reach. Second, I would say they're getting a lot of shots. Opportunity. Marino with a shot. Second shot turned away by Lynch. Second thing I'd say is we're seeing a lot of shots. Westwood scoring on the rebounds. And Lynch is going to glove that. Westwood scoring on those rebounds. So what I would say is, as the D, don't be so fixated with the shooter. Be fixated with who's in front of the net. You want to have sticks under their sticks. You can see the shot while looking at the player you're defending. So a lot of times when we were coaching the boys team, we would be watching too much of the guy with the puck skating around that we would miss the guy on the back door. We'd miss the person who's in front of the net. That's the real threat, because the goalie is going to save that right there. Good example. She's going to save that initial one, but you got to make sure that the bigger threat, who's the rebounder coming to the net, you have eyes on that, and you're already well ahead of the being proactive about getting a stick underneath that and defending it. You clean that up, they've had their opportunities. They're able to get it in. So, there's certainly Levering with a shot, and she scores on a rocket. Liz Levering. Oh my gosh. She's got one of the hardest wrist shots you'll see. It's remarkable. She's only an 8th grader, but that's a heavy shot, folks. It's a wrist shot that comes off like it's a slap shot. We've seen a couple goals this season on the power play just from the shot on the outside, but an absolute rocket. Folks, the thing that's smart about that shot, she keeps it low, so it's on net. In the boys' game, you see too many shots that are high. There's too many shots off the glass. They want that bar down goal. They want those goals that look pretty. Hits the crossbar, goes down and in. Those are the shots you want. Those are the difficult ones for goalies to save, especially where it's mid-level. A goalie goes down, that's right by their hips. That's one of the most difficult saves to make.
Right, they have all that padding there, and it's harder to go down versus going and reaching and getting a glove save. And we've seen Lynch do that throughout this game. She's made incredible glove saves, but now it's 3-0.
Yep.
One thing I noticed about Westwood, both boys and girls hockey, that I think both programs teach really well is Westwood on defense will stand in there and take a shot. Even if they're not the goalie, they'll stand in there, and if that puck's coming from them, they're not going to shy away from that. They're not afraid of that. It's selfless. Yes. But it helps your goalie out.
Yes. Oh, big time.
And for defense right now, if you're King Philip, you have to be figuring out how are we going to help our defense. You have to kind of stand in there and take that shot. Some of those Westwood shots, they're hard shots. And, you have to be willing to stand in there and kind of take that. But by doing so, you're helping your team out. And that's something that Westwood, both boys and girls, have done so well this season. We've seen it time and time again when we're down in their zone. That's what's helping save some goals. Yeah. The goalie can do a lot, but the goalie can't do everything.
The big thing, too, Evan, is not just block shots, getting a stick on those shots. We see it a lot. Westwood does. Maggie Ash with the assist on the Levering goal. And Presley. Blocking those, or getting a stick underneath it where it hits the netting. That's when your defense is firing on all cylinders. They're getting a stick on those shots, hits the netting. Goalie doesn't even go near the goalie. Puck in the near side. Lewis, stick handling in a phone booth, doing a terrific job maintaining that possession. Going to be chipped out into the neutral zone, chased down by King Philip. Going to send it towards the net, but blocked by Chevry. Puck in front of the net, shot, gets knocked out by Westwood. So terrific job by the Wolverine defense, knocking that loose puck out.
And you see it right there. I think I don't remember which player had it, but they took that shot and deflected the puck.
Yes.
Helped out the goaltender tremendously to make that save. And that's key defense right there.
Oh, they do a good job of knocking the loose pucks out as well. Shot on net, saved by Lynch, and to get a whistle. In the Norwood game, when Westwood had Marino in net, there was a lot of shots on net that were kind of just sitting down after. Westwood they were so good at knocking it out, putting it in the corner, putting it away, that, it was beautiful to see. And we talked about it. I said, Ava did a terrific job. And they said they have a concerted effort of getting those pucks into cleaner areas where you can go and it's safe. It's not in that triangle area where it's the high panic areas. So 1 minute left here in the first period. We got a whistle. I think it's going to be a penalty on Westwood. And we've got to get a penalty, a cross check for Julia Marino. Westwood going to go on the penalty kill. King Philip going to go on the power play with 55 seconds left here in the first. Westwood going with 4 forwards on their kill, which it's not really as much for offense, but just you got someone like Ash who can handle the puck so well. It's such an advantage of helping to get the puck out just like that. And you got Presley, who is just unrelenting.
Well, I was saying, now we have a chance to see Westwood's penalty kill. We got a glance at King Phillips, and they had a pretty good penalty kill. Let's see how Westwood does here.
Yeah, just such good skaters. They're going right in there, 1-on-2 battles, using their skating abilities to win the puck and to get time killed off the clock. 21 seconds left. King Philip looking to get a shot. But Westwood keeps that puck outside. Levering whacks it out. Now Presley has it. She's got 12 seconds. She got Sullivan jumping up in the play. Nice backhand pass to Sullivan. Shot saved by Lynch. What a pass by Presley. A backhanded kind of side drop pass. And what a play there, and a great start for the Wolverines here in the first period. Up 3-0 on King Philip. Stick around, folks. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the start of the second period.
My name is Joseph Hernandez. I'm the service manager here at Cadillac of Norwood. I've been here for about 4 years. I run the day-to-day operation of the service department. I have 3 advisors that work with me, along with 2 administrative assistants that help out with day-to-day operation as well. We pay attention to detail. A lot of larger dealerships, you're not necessarily going to get somebody in the service department, but when you call Cadillac of Norwood, a lot of times you might get me answering the phone. You'll get somebody that has knowledge of you as a customer. I think that's the biggest thing, is that the customers feel extremely comfortable coming in here. They know they're not going to get the runaround, and they're going to get the car fixed right.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. About to kick off the second period here at Canton Ice House. Wolverines, the very productive first period, 3 goals. Goals by Maggie Ash on the first one, on the rebound off a shot from Chevry on the point. Julia Marino buried a nice goal from a pass from Sullivan. And then Liz Levering scored the third for the Wolverines, assisted by Ash and Presley. Put the Wolverines up 3-0. The Wolverines able to kill off penalty towards the end of the first. We're going to start the second period 5-on-5. So things that noticed in the first period, both teams got their skating going. Westwood getting a lot of shots on net. We're really focused on those rebounds and some really good breakouts. Winning those puck one-on-one battles and getting some clean breakouts, getting the feet moving that turned into some solid offense. Oh, so the penalty is not over.
I was going to say, I think we had 1:05 left in the penalty kill
but
before we
don't
went in.
see it on the, they're going to put time back on. So a minute is going back on the clock. So Marino back in the box. And you're right, 1:05. Good memory. 1:05 is put back on. Wolverines have 1:05 to kill. Sullivan with the draw. Ash able to get a stick on it, and she sends it down the river. And Presley going right in on the forecheck. Makes it really hard for those teams to break out on the power play in their own defensive zone. Sullivan takes away the puck for a second, worked up top, shot got down low, but blocked by Westwood, forced to play up top. Ash gets her stick in the lane, gets the turnover and sends it down. With 30 seconds left on the King Philip power play. Now Kate Sullivan getting the forecheck going. She's got Gannon as the second offensive player helping out on the kill. Wolverine D, they got Themistocles. They also got Connolly in the back. Pass attempt, deflects off a skate, ended up on the stick of Curran, and she lost it. It's very, the ice is still unsettled. And we're gonna get another penalty on Westwood here. It looks like Themistocles is gonna get the whistle. They're gonna call her for a hook. So it looks like also the penalty on the clock, I don't know if it expired.
It looked like it expired.
So it did. So the expired for Marino. It's not going to be a 5-on-3. Themistocles goes in the box, 2-minute penalty. So Westwood going to have another 5-on-4 for 2 minutes. Going to see Gannon, Lewis as the penalty killing forwards. You got Liz Levering out there. And I believe Fallon Campbell. Gannon on the draw. One back by King Philip. Lewis goes out there, battling for it, but chipped down low by King Philip. Sent it back up top, blocked by Gannon, able to get that puck outside. Selfless play by Aaron Gannon getting in front of that shot, and that forced the puck to go all the way down into King Philip, deep in King Philip territory. And kind of discombobulated, forcing some long passes, which been hard to handle, where Westwood's still getting some more time killed off the clock. We've got 35 seconds killed off the clock in that initial face-off. Puck loose in the middle, ends up on the stick of Levering. What a great move to move that to her backhand, where she had some room and some space to get that puck out. It's gonna kill more time. Puck on the far side. King Philip on the entry. A smart job by that player. Curran held it. She didn't have her player fully in the zone on the change. Held it to wait for that player to come in. On the near side, Westwood got 2 players on it, looking to pinch to battle to break it out. Especially on those boards, you got to really pinch to get that puck loose, and they do. Send that down into King Philip territory. So 40 seconds left on the King Philip power play. Presley just closed that window so quickly. Sullivan. Puck had it and lost that off her stick. King Philip gets it, sends that deep. Gonna allow their forecheck to go, but not to the dismay of Ash, who's able to send it up. Finds Sullivan, shot gets blocked. Presley, loose puck, gets it towards the net. Saved by Lynch. Sullivan flips it in the far corner. Presley, back to Sullivan. Sullivan walks out. Shot, saved by Lynch. Lynch protecting that left post very nicely, able to get the pad on that save, get the glove on the cover.
And what a back-to-back penalty kill for Westwood. They've had essentially this whole court period on the penalty, and finally now getting back to full strength here.
They look comfortable on it too. It's a very uncomfortable part of hockey is a penalty kill. When the other team's got an extra player and they're moving the puck well. Westwood was comfortable the whole time. They look confident out there, where they know what they can do with just disrupting the flow of all things penalty or power play wise, with breakout, with entries, passing. They did a terrific job defending all 3 of those.
And not only were they comfortable enough to defend it, they were comfortable enough to take some shots.
Yeah,
and some good shots at that too.
Absolutely. Puck on the near side. Marino. He's going to whack it over on the far side. Chased down by Cox. Puck deflected in the middle. It was picked up by King Philip, but Marino was battling for it. And then center of the ice, and then taken away by Hughes. Hughes with a step. She's on the far side. She's going to work it in herself. Allows Westwood to change up a few players. Smart play. picked up by King Philip. 24. Bright was able to work that in, but Westwood doing a good job. Got that puck and send it back into King Philip territory. Just about 5 minutes into the second period, Wolverines up 3-0. As you mentioned, goals by Maggie Ash, Julia Marino, Liz Levering. Westwood sends that right back in. Lewis chasing after it. Goes up top. Carolyn, shot on net, goes wide. Gannon chips it down low. She's got Lewis, who's up 1 against 2, but then finds Gannon. Gannon's gonna send it up top. Carolyn, back to Gannon. Some good puck movement going on here by the Wolverines. Doing a good job of maintaining the possession. Puck on the near side. Carolyn crashes down, keeps it in. Shot on net, and then gloved by Lynch. So a very productive shift by the Gannon and Hicks line. Gannon, Hicks, and Lewis. Been a terrific line all season for the Wolverines. Puck one back, shot, got through and then turned away by Lynch. Ash is going to bring it up, but she gets pinched against the boards. King Philip able to walk away with it, but that puck gets away. Chased down by the Wolverines. They're going to work it backwards to find some openings for a clean breakout. They do. And a great backhand pass by Sullivan. She finds Ash going the other way. Ash drops it for Sullivan. Sullivan working to the backhand. And that goes just wide right. Kept in by Connolly. And Sullivan going to take it right to the net. Backhand, she scores. Finds the top corner on a backhand. She walked that out from the corner, and then just what a beautiful, beautiful touch she had. Some amazing hands to be able to lift that, the top corner off the backhand.
Kate Sullivan doing Kate Sullivan things.
My goodness. What a career that Kate Sullivan has had at Westwood. What a leader for this young kids, the young squad they have. And, you know, what a steward of the game of hockey for Westwood. Amazing, amazing player. That goal was remarkable.
Now with a goal and an assist in her last regular season home game here for the Wolverines.
Yes.
Last official regular season home game.
Yes.
So might have a little home rink advantage next week when they play Medfield.
Well, and, you know, always playoffs as well.
Of course.
A puck on the near side.
Wolverines' fourth goal scored by number 22.
Campbell battling forward, as well as Hughes. Campbell walks away with it. Ash has got the assist on the Sullivan goal. Nice move there by Hughes, working it towards the net. That was a good stick by the defender, Kaylee Brady, by King Philip. Laying some solid defense there. Another puck turned away by Lynch. Campbell sends it right back down low. Westwood getting their forecheck going. Taking away space in those passing lanes. They've been doing it all night. Terrific job of anticipating those lanes. Hey, Hughes was trying to break through. A good defense by the Warriors. I'm going to send that out. Deflected, so no icing. I think Philip going to change out their players. Westwood's going to have some time here to break it out.
Good opportunity for King Philip and Westwood to capitalize on that long change.
Yeah, nice hard pass with a stick of Gannon. That was a great pass by the defender. I believe it was Campbell, right on the stick, tape to Gannon, who then got the feet moving on a nice, clean entry.
One thing about Westwood's game, too, is they love the long change. I mean, we've covered many games here, and the second period, they capitalize big on that long change. They're always able to get a couple goals off of it. It's just, there's just something about it that they really can use to their advantage.
And we're going to get another penalty on Westwood. It's going to be called on Livy Hicks. The Wolverines going to go back on the penalty kill. I believe it's a tripping call. No, hook on Hicks. Hicks has been one of the most underrated players for the Wolverines. She is a junior on a very young team, so she has shown kind of what it takes to be a winner, the discipline. She plays very responsible defense. She is a terrific passer, but brings it every game. She's an amazing leader. Presley, again, able to go in there, chase after that puck and win a battle. Sullivan in front of the net, saved by Lynch, and she's gonna get the cover. So Westwood looking for some offense on the penalty kill there. Lynch able to turn that away, gets the whistle. And they get a face-off, right side, right dot. Sullivan's gonna take the draw. She's got Presley to her left. Got Ash up top right, Liz Levering on the left. Ash looking for Levering, that puck got deflected. Levering was such a confident move to be able to work that towards the boards, get it right back in the zone. Confidence that she's had from first game till now is just simply remarkable. And what an important piece to this Westwood team. When you have a defensive player who can play tremendous defense, but also take the ice in front of her, take it to the net, score some big goals, score from anywhere with that shot, it is a huge asset for the Wolverines.
I mean, versatility is key no matter what sport you play, no matter what team you're on it. What can you do? How much can you do? What can you offer me?
Yeah.
Take advantage of everything you can do in every opportunity, and that's what she does really well. And
yeah.
That's key for her, and that's going to be key for her as she continues to...
Oh, 100%. But Westwood, again, got a shot on net, force a cover. Gannon on the draw. They're doing a good job just killing time. Domestically, he's able to whack that into the deeper into the neutral zone, force it King Philip to regroup. King Philip looking to get their power play going. Westwood's been done such a good job. I haven't seen too many shots on the power plays. 3 of them now by King Philip.
I mean, especially on this power play in particular, it feels like we spent most of the time in the power play on King Philip's net versus on the Westwood net.
Yeah.
So, and that's big for Westwood. Even if they don't get a goal, even if they're just getting shots and rebounds, you're not getting a goal, but you're killing time.
Yes.
And that's key when you're on a mismatch here.
Because then you get the puck like this, and good steal by King Philip. King Philip going to go the other way. That was a steal. Number 4, Taylor McDuff. Good stick there by Wolverines. That was a terrific job there by Justine Connolly. She gets the stick out there, forces a very capable shot on net. Sherman's going to save that every time. Not only do they do that, what's important about that is it's a capable save. You get a change-up. She gets the glove on that. You're able to change out your penalty killers and get some fresh legs out there, which is huge when it comes to the kill. 8 seconds left on the penalty kill. I think Philip going to set it up top, blocked by Sullivan. Sullivan with a good stick lift and another great job. And Sullivan with that stick lift took away that opportunity by King Philip. Sherman able to come out, get a glove on that. And that's why Westwood is doing those small things are really, influential in a game where you're not seeing any of these point-blank opportunities. The shots that we have seen are coming from the outside.
And Westwood got a really timely save there because that was right at the end of the power play, so they were able to do that face-off at full strength.
Another great stick lift again. Sullivan able to push it ahead. Whacked away by King Philip. Presley there, walking in. Shot, saved by Lynch. Great anticipation by Presley. So Sullivan knocks it up. She sees that, King Philip defender probably has the angle, the edge. She did, knocked it away from Sullivan, but Presley right there to pick it right back up, had some space, took it to the net, gets a shot, forces a save by Lynch.
And also what's impressive about Presley there is I counted about 3 King Philip defenders there.
Yeah.
And she was able to just get in there and get a clean shot off. That's really impressive stick handling.
There's the old saying, shoot to pressure. Go to the pressure, then shoot it. A lot of times you can create that screen. And she did a great job with that. Puck ends up Westwood territory. Levering going to chase it down. She uses the net. Oh, a nice move. The puck gets knocked loose, but a good stick there. That was a great stick by Fallon Campbell. Marino the other way. She's looking to shoot. That gets deflected wide. King Philip going to go the other way. Trying to look for the middle. Knocked out by Campbell. And back on the stick of King Philip. Going right, shooting left. Nice shot there. Turned away by Chevry. Campbell going to go off the boards. She's got Cox on the far side. They're going to try the other way. Hughes, she's got some time, got some space, got her head up. She finds Cox. Cox trying to send it deep, but that was blocked by the Warriors. Puck at center ice. It's deflected. Themistocles goes off the boards. And puck won back by King Philip. Puck near side. Hicks going to chip it into King Philip territory. They're going to say it's an icing. Whistle blown. So that puck is going to come back for a face-off. Westwood's going to complete their line change. We're going to have a face-off right to the right of Sherman with 3 minutes, 7 seconds left here in the second period. Hicks going to take the draw for the Wolverines. Stalemate. Westwood able to battle back into the play. Lewis kicks it to herself, goes outside. Puck in the near side corner. Looking to send that puck out. Westwood able to get a stick on it, get a shot on net. Puck's still loose. Picked up by King Philip. They're going to work it far side, and they got able to break that out. Looking to get a shot on net, but a great stick there. Justine Connolly able to whack that outside. Then turned into the net, turned away, and saved by Sherman. She's got a right pad on it, he gets the whistle. But Sherman doing a good job. That puck took a King Philip bounce. She was prepared for it, got that right pad on it, and got the whistle. So 2 minutes, 26 seconds left here in the second period. Wolverines up 4-0. Kate Sullivan on the draw. Puck ends up back behind the net. Levering out there to battle. She's got help from Sullivan. And crashing down is Ash. Wolverines doing a good job of knowing where to stand, knowing where their rolls are. That puck gets by. Presley with some speed. She's able to get ahead. Makes a move to the net. They're going to get a penalty. Are we going to get a penalty shot? Yes, a penalty shot called on the ice. We rarely see this at the high school level, but a penalty shot called, and Presley's going to get it. You don't see this too often, but I'm getting my camera out right now. So when you see that, when you see the ref do that, where he's got, oh, let's see. Yeah, so they're telling Abby she's got a penalty shot. But when you see the ref do that with his hands, he's got kind of an X, or he points to the center ice line, those mean penalty shot. So that the fact that they didn't know what was going on just shows you how little it happens.
I was going to say, it's my second year covering hockey for Westwood, and I don't think I've ever seen this aside from overtime.
So Abby Presley, she was shot out of a cannon. So Abby Presley, freshman for the Wolverines, with a penalty shot. And a save by Lynch. Lynch with a great save, went across on, Presley was going for the deke, faked the shot, was gonna try and get that puck inside the left post, but great job by Lynch going across the crease to save that. So all in all, if you're King Philip, that's a good penalty shot to draw.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
risk reward, you know.
A big save there from King Philip for preventing this from getting too out of hand. I mean, still keeps them somewhat in contention. They've stepped up their game here.
Yeah.
They've only allowed 1 goal so far this period.
And then Presley again, shot, saved by Lynch. That was so quick. She caught that pass. Quick release on that shot, forced a difficult save by Lynch.
Thought I was about to eat my words there. But no, King Philip's done a great job stepping up here and tightening up the game and not letting up another 3-goal period. Only going for 1 this time, and they're still a competitive team. We've seen before a team get 4 goals in a period.
Yeah,
right here at this very
saw
rink.
It happen, yeah.
So nothing's out. So Westwood has to keep their foot on the throttle here, but overall, that's a big save for King Philip to stop the bleeding.
Puck inside gets knocked away by Westwood. Chipped out by Presley. Sullivan trying to chase it down. She uses her skate to get it, gets it on her stick, shot, hits the side of the net. She finds Ash. Ash tries to go off the backhand, saved by Lynch. Sullivan again. I think we're going to get a call for, I don't know if the net is off.
The net looks, no, it's off.
Took some contact, so give it a little reset. Gonna get a face-off. Just under a minute left here in the second. So 53 seconds left here. The Marino line out there on offense. It's Chevry. Defense, I believe, with Carolyn. Shot in the outside, saved by Lynch. That was a good, clean win, good hard shot. Similar to baseball when you hear manufacturing offense, same thing in hockey. Winning these back, getting shots on net. So how you create some offense. Hughes getting the cycle going. King Philip going to come away with it. Marino. He's looking to send it up into King Philip territory. She hits the ice, but has some help from Cox, was able to advance it, then volleyed back by King Philip. 17 seconds left here in the period. Wolverines looking for one more look before the second intermission. Puck goes off the skate of King Philip. Looks like we're going to get an icing call here with 2.5 seconds left in the period. Sometimes you see another team pull a goalie in these situations where you want to get a quick shot and have an extra player out there. I don't think we'll see that here, but it's always an interesting play when you have like 3 seconds left in a face-off after an icing. King Philip setting up their players, looking to get them off to the right side. Wolverines get the draw. And the clock expires in the second period. So first period, it was 3 goals. 1 goal here in the second period. It was a goal off the stick of Sullivan on a pass from Maggie Ash. The Wolverines are up 4-0 after 2 periods. Stick around, folks. Third period about to get underway, and we're going to take a quick break for a message from our sponsors.
My name is Joseph Hernandez. I'm the service manager here at Cadillac of Norwood. I've been here for about 4 years. I run the day-to-day operation of the service department. I have 3 advisors that work with me, along with 2 administrative assistants that help out with day-to-day operation as well. We pay attention to detail. A lot of larger dealerships, you're not necessarily going to get somebody in the service department, but when you call Cadillac of Norwood, a lot of times you might get me answering the phone. You'll get somebody that has knowledge of you as a customer. I think that's the biggest thing, is that the customers feel extremely comfortable coming in here. They know they're not going to get the runaround, and they're going to get the car fixed right.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Both teams coming back on the ice for the start of the third period. Just 1 goal in the second period. It was off the stick of Kate Sullivan on a pass from Maggie Ash. Wolverines up 4-0. It's been a great matchup. I mean, it's good teams that are good skating. Some very good skating. Teams that are, got really good forechecks going on. They've been some good passing. And Wolverines just able to capitalize on taking pucks to the net and burying some of these rebounds. See the Rory Alex sighting, one of our guys in the booth during the soccer games.
We'll have him next year for girls soccer, I believe.
Yes.
His daughter is an 8th grader who's also on this team.
Yes, she is. Olivia Alex. Future is bright for the Wolverines.
And I mean, girls hockey especially, they've done a great job of reaching out to younger kids. I mean, a couple weeks ago we had
warm-ups,
youth hockey out here during the warm-ups, and you talk about it a lot on the podcast, but
they're heroes.
Watching to those kids, Westwood Girls Hockey is their heroes, and it's who they have to look up to. And I mean, you mentioned in the 80s or the 90s, excuse me, when you were watching hockey with your dad.
Yeah.
You were watching Westwood Hockey, and you were looking up to the legends then, and it's big to keep the program growing and developing, and the future for Westwood is bright next year, but it's bright for the next 10 years.
A long time, absolutely. Sullivan on the entry, hard shot, just goes wide right. That just the puck broke itself out of the zone. The shot was that hard. Westwood sends it right back in. I'm going to say it was an icing. So I'm going to say Levering. I'm going to say Levering was on the other side of the red line when she sent that back in. We had Kathy Delaney-Smith back on the podcast on Monday, and we had some of her players on. And even her players were talking about girls they looked up to in the 70s. Denise Shanning mentioned how Nancy Fabiano was a player she looked up to at Westwood. So it's part of the culture in town is going to the games when you're in elementary school or below and falling in love with the team that represents your town and finding the players that you look up to, that you want to emulate as a Westwood athlete someday. And that's been part of Westwood's culture for so long. My sister was a member of the girls hockey program, and I was certainly proud to watch her. She had a historic career. She's the leading goal scorer in Westwood girls history. Kate Sullivan starting to creep up on it too.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kate Sullivan has to be close.
Yeah. Well, Kate had 100 points before the start of the season. I think she might have had a little more than that because she scored 100 still in the regular season. But Caroline had 100 goals, 80 assists. It was a proud career to follow as a brother. Gannon with a nice steal sends that deep. Lewis chases after it. That took a awkward bounce off the boards. Ended up in front of the net. Lewis forced a tough save out of Lynch. We're going to get a face-off.
The other thing about Westwood that I think is unique to the town is that there's a lot of family connections. We go to these games, and it's like Bridget Lewis and Nolan Lewis are related to hockey legend Timmy Lewis.
Yeah.
As an example, but we talk to a lot of people who have nieces, nephews, children, grandchildren on these teams still, and you're not just playing for your town. I mean, that means a lot. I didn't get to play for Dedham, Maine growing up. I did in middle school, but that was about it. We didn't have it in high school, but it has to mean a little more when you're playing for your hometown and your family and all your friends, these people who you grew up with. It just means more, and I think it just means more to these girls on Westwood.
When people come back that are from Westwood to raise their family in Westwood, it's certainly very special. So here's an example. Number 10 for the Wolverines is freshman Caroline Schultz. Wolverines getting a shot and a goal. I believe that was Hughes. Yes, Avery Hughes with the goal. The Wolverine 5th goal. That was a heck of a shot. She walked right in there, and that was a rifle. We're going to get a new goaltender for King Philip coming in, number 30, Olivia Klein. I mean, even with the goals given up, that was a heck of a game by Kiki Lynch. So many great saves.
And I mean, too, you have to stop and consider that I think there's probably been maybe 20, 25 shots on goal.
Difficult
that
ones,
Lynch
too.
took. And, the more shots you take, the more likely it is you are to let up a shot.
Yeah.
Ultimately, though, she had some great saves today and had a really great game overall. Just Westwood had those opportunities, and they capitalized on the rebounds, which is key.
And
there's
Sullivan.
goal 29 for her this season.
Marino on the assist. So I wanted to get back to what I was kind of saying before Hughes put that goal in. So number 10 for the Wolverines, Caroline Schultz. Her mom is Jen Ryan. Jen Ryan was part of the first ever girls hockey team at Westwood High School, 1993. So that's pretty cool. You know, mom was a part of this program, daughter is a part of this program, and one of the first girls hockey programs in the state of Massachusetts was Westwood Hockey.
And like we said, it just means more. It's you're playing the history and you know about it, and when mom or dad or your aunt or your uncle tells you, I played here and I was a part of that history, it just means all that much more to you.
Sure does.
Great to see. Great
We
to see
see it in Westwood. So captain for the Wolverines, Sean Blomquist, his father, Scott Blomquist, graduated in '88. They're both part of the 41-year streak. They're working towards that 42, year number 42. I mean, remarkable to be a program that has qualified for the state tournament 41 years in a row. It's more than just having a winning record for 41 years. Westwood, in the year before 1982, they had a winning record, but the qualifying standards back then were different. They were 9-6-2 and didn't make the playoffs in 1982. So if you count the winning record, that goes back even further than the qualifying for the state tournament record, which just says something about culture, the culture of the program. And we've been talking about that on the podcast for quite some time. Is Westwood's had a unique culture. It started in the 70s, 60s, had some good teams with boys basketball. Steve Hunt, they went to the tech tournament, whatnot. Shot on net, saved by Klein, then turned away by King Philip. The 70s is where the culture was started with Kathy Delaney Smith and those girls basketball teams. The boys basketball, Dave Whalen. Baseball with Coach Downs. Hockey with Coach Crow. And then went right into the 80s. Nice pass, blocked on the shot by Wolverines. I think it was Levering who got a piece of that block. They're still doing a terrific job protecting the front of the net, getting in front of shots, getting sticks on pucks. It's offside, delayed offside. Wolverines tag up.
I think culture is a big part of it too. Westwood sports have, a lot of these programs have deep historic culture.
Yeah.
Football with the Holliston Thanksgiving tradition.
Yep.
The 41-year streak for hockey.
Yep.
Even what you're seeing being built now with softball.
We're gonna have a breakaway here for King Philip. Shot and a goal. That was a goal by Annabelle Curran. Able to find the top corner and gets King Philip on the board. That was a nice shot on our breakaway by the Warriors. I think the Wolverines a little aggressive and trying to keep that puck in the offensive zone where it was too much to get back in the play to play defense. Curran able to jump on that puck with some speed, took it to the net, rifle off a great shot for a goal.
You got to have some respect for King Philip. This is a 6-1 game now, but before that goal it was 6-0.
Still battling.
They're keeping their foot on the pedal, and that's the sign of a good, strong program. Of
well-coached team. Good leadership.
Deficit, you're still sticking through and playing with 110%.
Absolutely.
I'll give them props for that.
Puck behind the net. Connolly sends it up the far side. Crashing down is Maeve Hennessy on the far side. They're going to try the near side. Presley finds Sullivan.
And Morgan, a fun little stat about that goal. That is the first goal Westwood has given up since January 18th.
They've had a few shutouts in the last several games. Canton, last game versus Canton was a shutout. Nice play there. Great defensive play by Carolyn, able to leverage her body to keep the puck to the outside and keep that puck outside of the triangle area. Ash walking in, shot on net, turned away by Klein. gets the whistle. 7 minutes, 40 seconds and counting. Well, the clock is, I think it's 5 goals. If you're up 5 goals in the third period, it's a running clock. So the clock will continue to run unless another goal is scored. Levering, shot gets blocked.
Nope.
We got a whistle.
Maybe the
Cross check. I think it's going to be on Westwood just because they have the possession.
Looks like a King Philip, actually.
Oh, okay. So a cross check on King Philip. Wolverine's going to get a power play. Wolverine's going to send out the Sullivan line. I see Sullivan. I see Connolly, Ash, and Marino. So Marino added to that with it's the Sullivan line with Marino and Connolly.
And this, I believe, is Westwood's first power play since the first period.
I think you're right.
So it'll be good to see how they handled the power play there.
Yeah.
That first power play, they didn't get a goal. They got a goal shortly after.
Yeah,
I think
they were buzzing though. They were getting a bunch of good looks, moving the puck well. But I mean, just in this last shuffle, about 2 minutes is ticked off the clock. So now I see the clock is stopped. So
it's
now
running
it's
now.
back running. So I don't know what's going on. King Philip gets the draw and they send it down the ice. Connolly chasing after it. She's got one on her. Gonna send it to Ash. Ash handcuffed on the boards but finds Presley. Presley gonna walk it in. Takes it to the outside. Does a good job of using that speed to find some passing lanes. King Philip gets it again, sends it right back down. Chased again by Connolly. Ash gonna pick it up off the boards, chips it out to center ice, goes off the stick of Marino. Hits a Westwood player, Westwood offside. They're gonna need to tag up, but all good because the puck comes right back out, allowing them to regroup and work back in. Still offside, and they're gonna get a whistle there. So offside call. Wolverine's gonna change out the power play unit. And we're also gonna get a change like King Philip's penalty kill, and also a goal change as well. Hayden McDuff coming in to play goal, 8th grader for King Philip. So just like Westwood, King Philip with a bunch of 8th graders contributing to their varsity program.
You know, it's interesting how in most sports we don't typically see 8th graders at all. But in girls hockey in particular, you have a lot of 8th graders who get an extra year of eligibility, and they're in a lot of programs that do well. King Philip is a 9-3 program, and they have 8th graders in goal, just like Westwood has right now.
Imagine if Kate Sullivan, I don't think Kate Sullivan played as an 8th grader, but if she did, she might have 250 points. She would have had, I bet, 30 points minimum as a freshman. Shot from the point, and a great save. That was a heck of a shot by Levering, turned away by McDuff. Hicks battling for it. She's going to send it towards the net on the backhand. And puck down low. And work it up to the half wall. Gannon with a give and go. Up to Levering. He's going to walk it in for a shot. Hard shot. Save. Puck loose. And then saved by McDuff. McDuff, good job getting the paddle on that and covering that up for the save. That was a great shot from the point by Levering. Unbelievable. I mean, she's got to shoot thousands of pucks in the driveway to have a shot like that. I mean, at NHL level, they say that is a heavy shot. Comes in and it feels like you got hit by a truck. Sullivan gets the good stick on it through the legs, backhander, saved by McDuff. What a steal and a move by Sullivan. Got the steal and put it through the legs for an opportunity. Turned away by McDuff, but that was remarkable. Puck on the near side, Sullivan trying to work it inside. Puck stolen. Connolly battling for it, able to keep that puck in front of her on the near side. Sullivan walking right back in. Trying to take it to the net, saved by McDuff. McDuff on the backhand of Sullivan. Try the near side. Connolly doing a terrific job keeping the players outside. forced an errant pass, allows Westwood to chase after those loose pucks. Presley on a 50-50 battle, sends it up to Sullivan. Sullivan, one-on-one. Working it side to side, and a shot and a score. And that's going to complete the hat trick for Sullivan on a productive day. Kate Sullivan, all from the breakout. That was a terrific breakout. You had Presley, made a nice play off that boards, found Sullivan to chip it up to. Sullivan then works it across, working right to left, shoots right, finds the back of the net for her third goal and hat trick.
And Morgan, that's also, Bill Stevens said earlier, her first goal was the 28th goal of her season. That would make that her 30th goal of the season.
30 goal campaign, unbelievable. I can't tell you folks how difficult that is to do in hockey. That's over a goal a game. Unassisted. Kate Sullivan congratulates 30 goals on the year with games to play. 1 minute, 35 seconds left here in the game. Wolverines up 7-1. Off the goal on Sullivan, unassisted. Puck kept in there. Campbell is trying to get that towards the net. Kept in front by number 9 for King Philip, Caitlin McManus. Ash battling for it. Chipped out by King Philip. That's going to work its way down for an icing as the clock continues to tick. A minute and counting now.
One minute to play in the third period.
Puck won by Westwood. Ash got the draw. Carolyn keeps it in front. Good job protecting that. Shot from the outside by Ash goes wide. Kept in though by Westwood. A good stick there. Schultz able to disrupt that entry. The puck down low in the Westwood zone. 12 seconds remaining in the game. Wolverines going to come away with a win. It's going to be their 13th win of the season. Shot on net, saved by Sherman. Some contact there. And the ref is telling, that's going to be the expiration of the game. I don't know if there's going to be a penalty on that player after the contact, but Wolverines walking away with the win, 7-1. They are now 13-0-1 on the season. And they are going to be playing, next game is against Dedham at Nobles. Our next game will be this upcoming Saturday versus who, Evan?
King Philip.
King Philip. So we got the Warriors again on Saturday. It's going to do it here. From here, folks, Wolverines with a convincing win, 7-1 over the King Philip Warriors. Goals by Westwood by Ash, Marino, Levering, Sullivan, Hughes, Sullivan. But thank you all for tuning in to Westwood Media Center coverage of your Westwood Girls Hockey. Looking forward to seeing you all on the next one.